Well, we really appreciate that you're watching us live here, streaming on Local 4 Plus, and of course on clickondetroit.com just before 1 o'clock here on Thursday afternoon. As we know, the jury is on lunch break right now, but then we'll be heading back into deliberations in the trial. They got the case yesterday afternoon, and they have been deliberating all morning long, taking that break now for lunch, and we will see what happens if we get any further news or questions from the jury coming up this afternoon. But you know what? I've been getting a lot of questions from you. So not only did we cover Jennifer Crumbley's trial, is streaming it here from the beginning to end on Local 4 Plus, but then we started up with James Crumbley's trial, and we've had a lot out on social media, and so people have been asking me a lot of questions. And while I throw up my hand and say, you know, I'm not a lawyer, we have a lot of legal experts that we can ask questions to as well, and all the work that we're doing here at Local 4, so trying the best to answer some of your questions. So I figured it'd be good to throw up some of the questions that I just got within the past 24 hours or so. So here's the first question I got from Margaret, who wrote me and asked who is paying for the Crumbley's attorneys. And I think what she's really kind of wondering is, are these public defenders? So we know, of course, Jennifer Crumbley had her own attorney and James Crumbley has a different attorney. They are not public defenders. These have been attorneys that were retained by the Crumbleys back in the very beginning, back in the end of November, beginning of December 2021, after the shooting. Who is exactly footing the bill? We don't know. But we do know that the Crumbleys sold their home. You know, that they did have some things in savings when they were arrested. They had $6,000 in cash. So, you know, we don't know exactly who is paying the bill, but those attorneys are being paid. They are not public defenders. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next question that you have for me. This came from Aston, and he asked, why are the ATF agent and the lead detective at the entire trial? So if you have watched along the 5 days of testimony, and you saw ATF agent Brett Brandon not only testify, but then sitting there right behind the prosecution bench the entire time, and then at the prosecution's table. So you saw Marquise sits there, and then Karen McDonald from the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office, and then the lead detective, Lieutenant Timothy Willis, sitting there at the table with them. So the reason why those two guys are there the entire trial is they are essentially the prosecution's experts in two ways. Lieutenant Willis was the one who has overseen this entire investigation. So not only tracing the path of the shooting, the gun that was used in the situation, but then the prosecution of the Crumbleys, gathering all of the evidence. He is the top guy that every detective, whether they searched the home, whether they had the weapon, answered to him. So he knows the ins and outs of this entire case. So he can sit and answer any kind of question that Marquise or Karen McDonald have while there's maybe cross-examination going on, and they can firm up details. So that's why they have him sitting there at the table. And the ATF agent, Brett Brandon, he's their gun guy. He knows the ins and outs of ballistics, about weapons. And when you are trying this kind of case, you want to make sure that you have the very best experts at your disposal. Again, to make sure that you are getting it right if you are a prosecutor, knowing full well that it is your burden to prove this case. You want to make sure that you've got the best information. So that's why they sit there the entire time. Other witnesses come and go. You know, the first witness in James Crumbley case was Molly Darnell. She was the teacher who was wounded in the shooting. She came in that morning, she testified, she's done. She does not want to sit there and watch all of that. Could she? Sure. But you'll find a lot of witnesses in trials, they come in, they do what they need to do, and then they leave. All right, let me go to the last question here from Terry. Thanks for sending in the question, Terry. Where did James go after dropping Ethan off at school that day, that fateful day of November 30th? So we actually have a timeline, if you heard Cassidy talk just a minute ago, of James Crumbley's movements that day of the shooting. But we know that he dropped him off at school in the morning. Then he did go back home, and then he went out to the horse barn. Remember, the Crumbleys had two horses that they spent time with, and there was actually a foot problem with one of the horses, and so James was out with one of the horses at the barn, and that's when he got the text from Jennifer Crumbley about that math paper and saying, hey, we got to go to the school. Then he went to the school, and then he went and did DoorDash, 4 DoorDash runs before getting news of the shooting at Oxford High School. So there you go. And there's a look at the timeline that Cassidy has done and put up on clickondetroit.com, so you're able to see all of that there. Just a lot of detail and a lot of context, and they were able to do that because, and again, I mean, it might be surprising for a lot of people to know just how much our phones are able to track us and all of the devices that we have connected, and then as well as different sorts of surveillance that police are able to get this kind of detailed timeline of where people end up going. So those are the questions for you. You know, make sure that you keep following me on social media. I've been putting out videos each day of takeaways from each day. So if you have any questions at all, I've been getting this question a lot. I will have to say they want to know what my prediction is. What do I think is going to happen? I just hang on to whatever. I wait to see what the jury has to say. It's not for us. It's for those 12 people in the room to see what happens here if the prosecution has indeed made their case. So that's where we stand right now. We are going to have more for you this afternoon. Key testimony of the day. Also, some of the things that the jury is taking into consideration. So you want to stay with me as we continue to monitor the situation live at the Oakland County Courthouse. We are back with our cameras live inside the courtroom, which would lead us to believe that the jurors have finished up lunch. We've turned our cameras back on, and we are at the ready should there be a question from the jury or should they signal that they do have a verdict. So stay with me. I will be right back after this break.